taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season on top, you stop breathing.
Our next topic was probably the most controversial topic of last week on boxing Twitter, and I mean boxing overall in general. You know, Eddie. Actually, you know what? LB, why don't you preface all the L's that Eddie's been taking this year so far? LB. Oh, he probably stepped away for a minute, but oh, there you are. You there, bro?
Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. I got an important call real quick. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, why don't you preface the L's that one Edward Hearn has taken, you know, in the last couple of months or so, you know, as we transition on to this next controversial topic. Oh,
no, I think this nigga mean he got a phone call right now.
Oh, okay. So,
why don't you intro us, nigga? Let this nigga talk real quick. Go ahead. Why don't you tell us what this nigga's Eddie's been getting into, nigga?
Yeah, see, now obviously, you know, Eddie was living large after that whole Taylor Serrano fight. I mean, it was a success. Everything was a success. But then, you know, when you know, all falls down, man. You know, first, you know, you have Anthony Joshua leaving Sky Sports to sign with him, and then, you know, he loses to Usyk again, and then his fighter, you know, then he has Dillian White getting a shot at the heavyweight title and looks horrible and gets knocked the fuck out by Tyson Fury. And then you have the Zone's pay-per-view. You know, the stupid shit.
They're gonna take an L after L after L.
Yeah, and then you know, Triple G Canelo 3 just happens to be a whole bunch of mid. You know, much to my disdain and, you know, and disappointment, you know, and reportedly we don't know how much. I mean, we get reports from 500,000 to maybe a little bit over 1 million, and you know, who knows how much it recouped, whether it's U.S. or worldwide. You know, Eddie's been kind of on some other shit, so now, you know, the Zone pay-per-view again. He's trying to, hey, you know, let's get the sons of two legendary British fighters. And even though they are nowhere near each other in this weight in weight classes, and let them go up and fight each other, not because it'll lead to a title or anything. No, God no.
Just because of the face and the name of the shit and the way it looks.
Yeah, that's all it was, man. Just because they share the name of their legendary fathers. Of course, we're talking about Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. And pretty much, and the funny thing too is, like, I can compare this situation, what happened. Obviously, if you're a wrestling fan, you know, to Bret Hart and Steve Austin. You know, prior to that, you know, their fight, you know, the legendary match at WrestleMania. You know, niggas was clearly on Bret Hart's side and hating Steve Austin. And then after the match, you know, niggas is booing the fuck out of Bret Hart and cheering Steve Austin at the end of the match.
It was a double turn.
Wow.
That's
the great analogy. Yeah. It was a legendary double turn, and that's also rare in pro wrestling to happen. And
as far as I'm concerned, here there's no double turn. We have two heels. I'm done with both of them.
Nah, Eubank's getting a lot more love. It feels like after the whole situation. I'm a guy that used to kind of like him a little bit, then it's kind of got lukewarm like everybody else, but. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing a lot of support for him compared to 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, like I mean, obviously when this fight was announced, I mean, and even then, like we all show. I mean, I showed disgust to Eubank because, you know, I'm not gonna. His career has been in the gutter. Like, you know, like dude's been moving all funny, and he struggles in fights he's not supposed to. You think he shouldn't struggle in, and then you have Conor Benn, who's actually just been quietly. I mean, Conor Benn looked like he was gonna be a scrub, and then he's working his way up to get some, you know, some good wins and everything like that. But he's been fighting at welterweight, and Eubank is as high as 168. So it's like, why would they need to fight? So they settle on a catchweight of 157, and it looks like, oh, okay, you know, this fight's really going to happen. And then you have Chris Eubank Sr. talking about this fight shouldn't happen, you know, because they're going to drain his son, and you have Eubank eating chicken and steak and shit like that, and aggravating Pete even more, and but it's like one of those things, like it was a train wreck a car wreck we couldn't like look away from. It was okay, let's just see what's just gonna happen. And then I think it was like Thursday, you know, we get the news that somebody failed a drug test, and that person was Conor Benn. And of all the things that someone should pop for, nothing screams guilty.
That nigga boosting to fight his brother. What the fuck?
Well, let's put it this way. It's not what it's what he used particularly. Like usually there are supplements where niggas will be like, oh no, I ate beef, and that's how I got.
it was for fertility, right? Just to match. What was that?
He got popped for clomiphene or clomid. Now, for those who don't know, clomid it's used prescription wise. It's used for treating infertility in women. However, it's also used as like an off-brand treatment for men because it can work for men too. So basically, if you're shooting blanks, if you're a man, taking clomid might actually help you. Or if you are trying to suppress the effects of PEDs, clomid suppresses estrogen because men have estrogen in their body, so it suppresses it so they can actually keep their gains because testosterone is what gives us muscle in our gains.
So basically, he was on the resting period and he was taking that clomid to keep his titties from turning into titties.
Absolutely, and also trying to keep his physique because he had to gain weight, and the pictures that he was taking before he got popped, dude looked like he was solid.
All that shit is disgusting, yo. All that shit is disgusting. If you niggas are not naturally athletes, just don't fight. Period.
Yeah, that's exactly. You said that shit perfect, Rome. It's like, if you're gonna be doing that, like of all the drugs, like there's no way you can even say like because clomid doesn't exist in any other form that you can just accidentally ingest. It doesn't.
Right,
you knew what you was doing with your whole ass.
All that supercharging, super boosting, juicing up, all that shit is just like, yo, if you got to do all that just to be able to compete with a nigga, you shouldn't be fighting that nigga, honestly.
Facts.
Yeah.
I'm sick of y'all killing and apologize for falling off. I had to take a really important call.
Oh no, absolutely, bro, no problem.
So I ain't even hear the little last bit y'all said or whatever. I see Andre still commenting. But this whole Conor Benn shit. It just nobody wanted to see the fight off rip.
Yeah, absolutely no.
And then you do this shit, and it just makes something that we didn't care about. Now we care about it, but we care about it for the wrong reason.
I was kind of warming up to it compared to how when it was first announced. Y'all were kind of intrigued.
Because we're boxing fans. Of course we gonna warm up to it. Yeah. Fucking if a giraffe box a kangaroo, we'll warm up to it. Like some of us be like, I don't know, man. It's maybe if the giraffe uses jab, he got the height. I mean, we boxing fans, but at the end of the day, like this shit was like Hopkins Winky 2022.
Yeah.
AKA we didn't care, we didn't want to see it.
But what happened now with the after effects is now the fuckery began when like usually, as I said before, once someone fails a drug test, like the fight should be canceled. Like we had this bullshit with Top Rank with Valdez popping dirty, for drinking specialty, so it's like. That he should have been. This shit should have been canceled, and his belts should have been stripped. But then, since they were fighting on a reservation, the Indians was like, "Yeah, let them go," which was, set a horrible precedent.
It's technically not even canceled; it's postponed.
Yeah, but
like, why?
And the sad part about this is that the only reason why this whole thing got postponed, canceled, whatever you want to call it, is because it was leaked. The report, like the public media in UK leaked it. If it wasn't for that, it would have been swept under the rug and we wouldn't have known until after the fight. Right, that's the sad part about this.
Yeah, and then we would have seen, Ben probably supercharged. Probably give fucking Eubank a beating because who's training to make.
And
weight.
I'm not surprised because he always exuded roid rage energy, so it didn't shock me. I mean, it shocked me.
Yeah,
I'm like, he does give off that energy though,
He fights like a nigga that's roided up. Honestly, like I'll be honest, he don't like I guess I know I'm a Vargas fan, Fernando Vargas, but it's like at least Vargas he showed skills and whatever, like. On the lead up to the De La Hoya fight, Ben just kind of just throw hands at you in bunches and hope you get a stoppage.
Yeah,
and now
it's not that bad. It's not that bad. He can box.
No, I'm not calling him Marco Huck or nobody, but
Yeah.
The thing is, remember last week we up here fucking we're criticizing Margarito career and on some like, damn, maybe he fought everybody like that. When there's more evidence that point to Ben doing that shit.
Right. And
they see, and you see how Algieri was talking, like them niggas
and
is
Van
more
Heerden.
lax over there.
Yeah, even Van Heerden was saying the same shit.
All of them, and look, we know Chris Algieri is tough and has a chin. We've never seen him get slumped like that before.
Even the old fighter, that was a little shocking to me.
yeah,
dude,
as
even
quick as it
Spence
happened,
didn't
too.
do him like that.
yeah, and Van Heerden fought Boots and Spence and didn't go down.
I was gonna say Spence slumped him, but yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. The way he looked
Yeah,
after
Spence fucking at least had the style that was all wrong for Algieri, first of all. And then he cut off the ring, put hands on him, got him out of there.
Right.
Ben was on some like, I don't know. Like you didn't know, like Chris Algieri was in that fight. And then he just gets hit with some crazy shit.
Yeah, he got hit with a 1-2 and slumped all the fuck over.
Yeah, barrel rolled, all that shit. Like,
Yeah.
So it's like it's different. Like, who like
He fought Manny too, Algieri. You know, he fought.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how many hard punches he's fought, and he's kind of handled a little better. But then Ben just sparks him out there like that.
Like that. Yeah.
Nah.
Like, so yeah, even that shit was looking funny. Like,
We thought nothing of it. We might have talked about it, but we didn't. We didn't think.
nah,
about it.
because we knew Algieri was up against it.
And he's older. And
he's older now, and he's been getting hit a little more on the fights leading up to it, but he's still a former champion. He still got a great jab and movement. He's well schooled, so it looked like he was a better fight than Granados, and it looked like he was trying more.
Yeah,
Jason Granados around.
Yeah, Granados. Actually, Granados was probably the smart one. He was like, he probably.
I know. He smelled the fucking the roids.
He probably realized nobody's checking anything. Maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah, he probably went to that back room. He's like, damn, where these niggas in the dressing room?
Yeah, it's like they're not pissing in no cup, none of that shit. Where the
you just
fuck
got a parrot watching him getting his hands wrapped or some weird shit. Like,
yeah. No, it was a lot of fuckery in this, and then you have Eddie like trying because pretty much the British boy was like, yeah, no, this fight is like done, and then Eddie was really trying to get his lawyers to to get an injunction on that shit and everything like that. It's like your man, the man popped dirty, like, and it's not, and then there's
Eubank Senior knew from the jump though.
Yeah, and and then they're talking about test the, and then Solon's sketchy ass was talking about test the B sample. A and B samples are taken at the same time. It's
same thing. It's the same thing. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, like,
they're really trying to push that B sample shit a lot. God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way unless either someone pees before and then they wait 30 seconds and they pee again like that. There's no and somehow
you have a better chance of winning the lottery than the B sample coming up different than the A sample.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So
hold on, but where's it coming out of from? This is the UK we talking about.
Yes.
they might have that bubbling.
Yeah, I mean, it might have went. Yeah, it might have went missing just like that Dillian White B sample.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you're still waiting to find that one, and dude, like, and you saw the article I put in the chat with the whole 30% of Eddie Hearn's fighters be popping dirty.
Yeah.
Dude, 30% is a lot.
It is.
That is a lot. Like,
and
you don't hear that number like that.
His doctor, the doctor that he's seeing, like the nutritionist that Ben is seeing, said, "Oh, well, 80 to 90% of the fighters are using something." But we're not talking about 80-90% of the fighters. We're talking about
your fighter.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
like I hate this whole like. It's like when black people be on some. Man, but white people do it too. No, motherfucker, we ain't talking about them. God damn it.
Right.
Like, we talking about yo ho ass and these goddamn steroids. Not what Tom, Dick, and Harry do, nigga. Like, the fuck. I hate that shit when people be doing that shit.
Yeah. So I mean, it was like it was just such it was such a whole bunch of nonsense, and they were trying to get that shit. And then Eubank, to his credit, he was like, yeah, let's go on with the fight. And Eubank was still trying to make the weight. I think he he weighed in super low, and he passed the drug test and everything. But then they also tried to do it on a technicality because the UKAD, which I guess is the drug thing, says he was clean, even though VADA popped him. It's just like so they were trying
to finesse.
Yeah, they're trying to finesse, find loopholes and shit. Like Eddie was wild, and then this is where people say, boxing has no integrity. It's like, it's just like,
people seeing the scumbag side of Hearn this year with all the shit that's going on with his fighters. It's like it's been a hard year for dude.
Right. And it's like Conor Benn now, like all his good. Now Eubank, I think that's probably say Eubank got some, people honestly, okay, he's a clean athlete, so he got some sympathy. Whereas Benn,
and he's been classy with it too. Like this is the coolest Eubank has come off like ever. Like,
no, this is the most love he's gotten in years.
Yeah,
I don't think he was hyped up.
He still ain't getting love from me. F them both.
Yeah,
I mean, no, I feel you. Like Eubank, he seemed cool, likable right now, but we also got to remember this nigga was calling out Kell Brook and old ass Golovkin and yada yada yada,
and Duck Triple G clearly.
Yeah,
that's why Kell Brook fought him.
Yeah, Duck Triple G back then didn't want no parts of Andre. Now, no parts of Charlo,
but now I think people will kind of root for him, and he has a chance to get a fight at middleweight or something.
Yeah,
that's if he wants it though, because all those fights were available before, but he fucked around and wanted a guy who had the damn juice up to fight him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
so I ain't gonna feel too sorry for dude. Like, he's a part of the problem, but I'll at least say, hey, he's handling it with respect and integrity. But it's what you do after all this bullshit.
Right. Like, hey, you either take your career serious and try to find a opponent, a good opponent, a respectable opponent, and try to live up to your to your potential, or kill all your goodwill by finding someone you shouldn't be fighting. It's like it's one or the other.
Like, pick one, red or the blue pill.
Right. And then
career mode glitch, or we going for elite.
Right. Exactly. There's no in between for him now. So dude can just ride the wave of sympathy or whatever. But dude's gonna
fight Munguia. I'll watch a Eubanks Munguia fight.
I think we all shit. That's a good fight. We all will shit. I want to see it. Like fight someone that No.
It's like they get hated on by just enough people to where you hate watch it, but want somebody to win and you'll root for it. Yeah. They throw hands. Like, that's somebody make that fight.
And I don't want to see Ben. I make that fight and ban Conor Benn. I don't want him in a boxing ring anytime soon.
Conor Benn, I don't want him in the bodega. I don't want him at Kmart, Sears, Echo, wherever the fuck.
And that makes me wonder who else is doing it. You know who else I'm looking at? I'm giving another person the side eye. I'm looking at you, Joe Cordina, who has the same trainer, goes to the same gym as Conor Benn. Y'all are stable mates, and then all of a sudden Joe Cordina becomes a highlight reel KO puncher too after breaking his hand. That's looking kind of funny in the light to me.
And losing his title without fighting.
Without the boxing god's karma.
Yeah, I will say though, them British cats and their fuckery with their I mean shit. When Saunders got popped for the shit because he was sniffing shit up his nose, and I never even heard of that shit before.
I bet all these furry fans don't remember him, popping dirty either.
So it's like it's just British cats. They're underhanded when it comes to their popping. But Ben in this case was just stupid. Using a very old school method, like he picked the one drug that literally there's no excuse. I mean, unless he was trying to put a baby in somebody, there's absolutely no fucking reason. There's no fucking reason that a man who's 26 years old should have clomid in his system. Like, none. 26. Your testosterone is already high as it is naturally. So He was wilding. He got sloppy and he got caught. So they saying he's facing like a 4-year ban or whatever. Like, good. Yeah, like
But that's in the UK. Somebody hurrying to take him to Dubai or some
Abu Dhabi or something. Yeah, he'll probably take him to one of the Arabian countries which obviously the commission there, they'll let him fight whatever. They'll say, okay,
Yes, bring him.
Yeah.
Shout out to Joshua O, OG in the chat. You ain't gonna call out Kell Brook next. Yeah.
I can see
Pretty
that.
much.
I can see that.
Yeah, because
but then we're all just gonna be like, and it's like he's back to square one, And it's crazy because Eubank has like legit fans. Like people be going crazy for this dude. But I'm just like, is he like the UK Broner or some shit? Like people just like him for at least Broner became a 4-time champ. Like, Eubank, what have you done?
Yeah, it's like Eubank. Yeah, it's funny too. It's like he fights prior to Roy, he was a fan friendly fighter.
Yeah. I would tune in to see him fight. I ain't gonna lie. Like at least back then. Now this Roy Jones shit, I'm good on.
Yeah, it's not Roy Jones.
Fake Roy, homeless man Roy.
A half off Great Value Roy.
Yeah,
this coupon Roy.
Which he's a great value Pascal, who is a great value. How you a great value fighter of a great value fighter? Like great value on great value.
And at least Pascal got him a championship. Like damn,
Pascal actually ran his division for a little bit.
And Pascal actually fought tough fighters. Like you can't tell me Eubank hasn't fought anybody he shouldn't have been able to beat.
Right. Pretty much the best win on his resume is either a shot Miguel and an old Abraham. Those are his best wins. And the fact that he highlight reeled Yildirim before everyone else.
That's currently on TikTok right now if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, by far, that one too, like that, because that's the worst thing, because dude, that was in the World Boxing Super Series, like that shit, like that fight, everyone know that dude was gonna be a star, like everyone was like,
people love that clip, yo, like people really thought Eubank was gonna hit the next level.
Yeah, because he started on Abraham to get in the tournament, and then he highlight reeled Yildirim with a fucking with an ultimate
Mortal Kombat brutality.
Yeah, like nigga, you heard Ultra all over that shit after, and nigga was standing like who's next?
Yeah, he had the damn anime supervillain pose after that shit.
Yeah,
I was
exactly.
just like, fuck,
yeah, like dude had it all set up to actually cross over into something, but yeah, he just fucked up his whole shit.
This nigga said Eubank is like the UK JCC Junior, but with more discipline.
Yo, that's facts.
That's a great.
Facts, he's killing the analogies tonight, man.
Analogy Monday, shit.
Shit, like.
Hey, but I feel like Boots and Virgil were obviously 1 and 2 clearly as a young welterweights, and maybe Stanionis, but wasn't Ben kind of among them just because? He was
a distant fourth too.
Distant fourth, like.
But now there's a lot of rebuilding that if his career's gonna continue, I don't know. I was kind of growing. He's kind of growing on me, but after all this shit, there's a lot of.
Yeah, I think Ben needs
steroids do that. Nigga.
Yeah, I think Ben needs to probably deflate a little bit physically just to make sure and then if Ben really was serious, Ben would pay to get tested randomly, like something like Donaire does, like get to make sure so he's there.
That's why we showed Donaire so much respect, because he did it the natural right way and still remain elite for years and years after his prime. So
right, yeah,
when you do the right thing, you get the right props from the right people.
Right.
It's a lot of rights, nigga. Y'all gonna throw it left soon?
Oh man, but it was a disappointment. It was a fight no one wanted, and it just a whole bunch of disappointment because now people are questioning boxing again. Like, oh, boxing is selling out to the dollar again. Yeah, it doesn't matter though. Basically,
it's all coming from one person though.
Yeah.
Look, is boxing karma because Hearn fucked up Serrano Taylor.
Yeah.
Rematch. It's true. Look, he's been taking L after L with that shit. JOSHUA.
Mm-hmm.
The Conor Benn situation.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, then he. It's like, bro, just make the right fights. You're letting Eubank do what he want. You keep hyping up Ben for meaningless fights. You're trying to get dude easy wins. You're trying to holler at Broner and shit. Like, dude, man, just put these dudes in with real fights, man. Stop trying to milk these fucking contenders and shit you got.
Yeah, they're treating them like they're fucking crash test dummies. Like, no.
Yeah.
Like,
stop trying to rape every situation and get all the leverage. Like, dude, all this shit about Taylor could sell out over in Ireland or wherever the fuck. Then how come she hasn't sold out there before? you need Serrano name and that energy and momentum to do that.
Right.
All this shit about she the cash cow of the sport. Look, when you the cash cow, you supposed to be able to fight anywhere and motherfuckers fuck with you.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a true cash cow.
If you're the cash cow, Canelo, stop being the wrong cow.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, y'all on some other shit. Y'all the cow from Rocco's Modern Life. like get the fuck out of here with the sheep parents, with the wolf parents, nigga. Like, y'all on some stupid shit. Like,
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck? Like, y'all had an easy layup. Madison Square Garden, New York. All y'all had to do was stage the rematch. Everybody wanted it.
Right.
Y'all niggas start talking about some stupid shit like, nah, let's go and fight in bumfuck goddamn Ireland somewhere. And I'm in no disrespect to Ireland because my fucking grandparents Irish, so, you know, miss me with that shit, you motherfuckers. I'm just being real.
Right.
God damn it, and now look what y'all did. So just chill, man, and it's only gonna get worse next year if you fucking rob Chocolatito, nigga.
Right.
Because that Katie Taylor knockout loss is coming. Because y'all done took every other loss in Matchroom. That's the last one to come, and it's gonna be the worst one.
Right.
That karma is building.
Right.
I ain't got nothing else to say about this damn situation.
Yeah, this situation.
Fucking cheaters.
Fucking
Next fight, man. Fuck these niggas.
Yeah,
man.
so next fight.
And I don't want to see Kell Brook fucking Eubank.
Yeah, no, neither do I. Like, fuck
I'm
that.
I'm gonna speak that into existence.
Existence.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah, for real. So now